we set up an experiment in which we put some contaminants in there, little tiny particles, little spheres called microspheres. And we started with in a chamber, we put a gel. It's a hydrogel. It contains lots of water. And we put the gel in and we added water, and the water would surround the gel. And we added little microspheres. And we look in the microscope, and we're following now the idea of Gilbert Ling that if you have ordered water or structured water, it should expel those contaminants, those spheres. And we looked in the microscope, and right adjacent to the gel, where there should have been water plus particles, there was just water, no particles. It was pretty large. We were astonished. It grew to about 50 micrometers. And 50 micrometers, for those who are not familiar with scale, it's about half the thickness of one of your hairs. Now, that may seem pretty small, but by molecular standards, it's huge, very, very large. And later we found it 10 times larger than that, even. This is the initial experiments. And so we thought, aha, maybe we found it. Maybe the region where water meets certain materials, like a gel, for example, maybe this kind of structured water grows. That's what we thought. But of course, we had no evidence. It's just a conjecture that maybe that. So we spent the next decade, or half decade at least, exploring the physical properties of that, what we called exclusion zone, because it excludes. We didn't know that that the water inside that zone really differed from ordinary liquid water. We surmised or hypothesized that it might. And after some years of experimentation, a dozen different kinds of measurements we found, every one of them showed that water was distinctly different from ordinary liquid water. And that's when we began calling it fourth phase of water, because it's water of some kind. We didn't know exactly the properties, although that came a bit later, but it differed distinctly from ordinary liquid water.